All right, good evening and welcome to another edition of Word Bank Kingdom Conversation. We thank God for the journey so far. It's been amazing, really amazing. And I think it was about 2 days ago, I just wrote on my WhatsApp status like, May, can you be done already? Can you be God already? I don't know why the month feels like that long. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but I just personally feel like May is too long. But thank God we are here for the final edition of World Bank Conversation for this month. Still on the theme, how to enjoy sex the way God designed. And it's been amazing and super amazing. It's been insightful for me, even as an individual, beyond just sitting here and asking the questions and trying to draw perspective. It's been awesome. And I'm sure that you also got value for the times that you tuned in also. Yes, how to enjoy sex the way God designed. The first week we had Dr. Michaels, Pastor Francis, and Pastor Isaac. And then the second week we had Mrs. Moronkeji, Pastor, and also Pastor Francis. And last week it was just me and Mrs. Moronkeji. And today I'm with the one and only, the finest, the freshest. I was just looking at him this evening. I was like, you look fresh. And I was like, yeah. Please make welcome Dr. Michaels.
Thank you.
Good evening. How have you been?
Awesome.
Let me ask, the month of May, how's it been so far?
Very beautiful.
That's good news. That's good news. If you ask me how's it been, I'll say that's just been there, but we thank God. How to enjoy sex the way God designed. I think I'd like to start on a very awkward note. For the man, in the context of marriage now, for the man, for the woman, what are we to know about sex before we even do it? For the man and woman who just got married.
What we have to know about sex is it helps to bring two people together. And so it strengthens the bond between two people. But for what? So there is in marriage, there are three, is it purpose now or three purposes? There's a purpose of the husband, there's a purpose of the wife, and there's a purpose of the marriage. So the sex strengthens their bond so that they are able to execute the purpose of marriage and also help themselves to execute their own individual purposes. Now, what makes marriage to be beautiful is majorly one thing. Is the fact that imagine you saying that May was the way it is. Imagine you having somebody living that May with you. So that you end up not being the only person feeling the way May felt. You felt it together with somebody. That it wasn't you alone. That like felt it by yourself. Imagine somebody living your life with you. That's the opportunity that marriage brings. That's the platform. If it is children, people can have children without getting married. What else again? Companionship. People can have companionship without getting married. Executing purpose. There are many people that were not married in the Bible and executed their purpose. But when it comes to somebody living your life with you, that's marriage. That's one beautiful platform that marriage provides. And the person now goes ahead to make an oath that I am going to live your life with you. Makes it a covenant and then makes it legal.
That's even deeper.
That's two-factor
yes, authentication.
The person makes a covenant, makes an oath in church before God and before man and say, this guy, I'm going to live his life with him. And he is going to live my life with me. But if that understanding is not there, people will just keep on having sex. They will keep on having the bond, but there will be no purpose to it.
Okay. So I really like this part of the purpose behind it. Can you elaborate more on that?
Like, I discussed with a friend of mine, or the wife of a friend of mine, but we're all together in school. So they've been married for like 11 years. So the wife was talking to me about how the husband comes late. You could sense that there was something going on in that marriage, but maybe because they are Christians or they are religious, but you could tell from the way she was talking that there's something going on in this marriage. So I now asked her that ever since they got married, like, do they really have something like statements or vision statements for the marriage? She said no. So many people who are married are not aware that you're supposed to run your marriage like a company. So, like, so two people coming together to get married, they need to know, why are we coming together, for what? Because when people are getting married because everybody is getting married, it's just a normal thing to get married, there's going to be problem, and you will not know where the problem is coming from. But if you know the purpose of the marriage, then you can tell where the problem is coming from and what to do to that problem. But if you don't know the purpose of your marriage, you will not know where the problem is coming from, and you will not know what to do with it. And the same thing goes with sex in marriage. It is to be able to fuel your car. But where are you going? So if you fuel your car and you're not going anywhere, but if you fuel your car, then you can travel. If you fuel your car, but if you don't have a particular direction that you are going in your life, you can fuel your car and go anywhere. You empty the fuel, the car, and then you put in another fuel again. But you just drive around Ibadan, and then you empty it, and then you buy another one, and then you empty. So people have been having sex in marriage. They empty the car, nowhere. Then they fuel the car again. They drive around Ibadan, nowhere. They keep, people can actually go around and they can be busy and doing nothing.
Yes.
The people of Israel, they went around. Yes. A 40-day journey became 40 years.
Yes.
So that's what has been happening in marriages. And when you have sex, I also like this purpose, and I want Temitayo to capture it. Is the fact that if you look at sex from this perspective, that marriage is to fuel the car, and the car is your marriage. Please come again. I like that. The purpose of sex is to fuel your car, and the car is your marriage. Yes. And so, because you now have a purpose is like a direction, a destination. Yes. So you are able to take your car, your marriage, to that destination. But if you don't have a direction, a destination, you will be like a particular person who fuels the car and then goes around Ibadan without anywhere in mind, and then the fuel will go off, and then the person will refuel the car again, and then go around Ibadan, even go to Oshogbo, but not to visit anybody, and then keeps on refueling the car. At a point, the person will get tired. Get tired of sex, get tired of the marriage. Like, what are we doing? We have money. What are we? We have money. We have children. Because as you start having sex, you will have children. But for what purpose? So sex is to fuel your car, your marriage, so that you guys can be able to come together to get to a destination. Because marriage is the only platform where you can live somebody else's life with that person after making an oath and making it legal. Amazing. You know what's amazing for me about what you just said now, and the analysis is the fact that sex encompasses everything together. I wouldn't have imagined you bringing the concept of purpose into this, because at the end of the day, for some, it's just a sex thing. I recall the example you gave that there was someone who just had sex. They only have sex when they want to have children, for example. Amazing. But from what you said now, another thing came to mind, that yes, the purpose is clear. This is where we are going, and so the sex becomes the fuel that drives everything. But I'm now thinking, wouldn't it get to a point where it begins to look mechanical, especially the sexual life? Doesn't it begin to look mechanical? My own life is not mechanical. Like, I really enjoy my life ever since I accepted my life.
Ever since you accepted your life.
Because many people are having issues with accepting their lives.
Hey, Lord.
Like, many people silently hate their lives. Like, why will I ever have this kind of life?
Sorry, just before you go, I'd like you to really elaborate on this idea of not liking your life.
Many people hate themselves, though. They hate their lives. Okay, I just had a session with a client who I've been telling her that she needs to like get close to her parent. She now discovered that her father and her mother are from royal families.
Wow.
And in therapy, the family you are from means a lot.
Wow.
It will really help you to know a lot of things about yourself, and then the reason why you have the problems you have, and the reason why your life is the way it is. Now, if you are from just one royal family, there's a way your life is going to be.
Wow.
Now, if you are from two royal families, then there's a way your life is going to be. Now, the lady was asking me that will this affect marriage? And I said yes.
Really?
Yeah. You want to marry? You are a man. You're going to marry a woman from two royal families. Then you know that wow, that marriage you have. And I told her that the guy will need to be very loaded.
Hey, Jesus.
So that lady, she's been struggling with loving her life, accepting her life the way. But how can you accept a life that you don't even know about? So, and the reason why you have been finding difficult accepting your life is because you don't know much about yourself. The more you start knowing people, the more you start accepting them. The reason why you don't like somebody is because you don't know the person. Look at there are people in Nigeria that a lot of people hate, but you find that some people love them.
Yeah.
Have you asked why?
They know them better.
Yes. So if you get to know yourself more, you will love yourself more. So that helps a lot, and discovering yourself, discovering your life really helps a lot, and that will also play a role in marriage. It helps a lot. Imagine two people who know where they are going to, who know what they want to do, and they're having sex.
And so, which still leads me back to the question I asked: that don't you feel like
it won't be mechanical because, yeah, I love myself. This is not an affirmation.
I see where you're coming from.
Sincerely, I love myself.
Wow.
I love my life. And every single day, I discover a lot about my life. And really, it took me a long time to accept my life. Initially, too, I also hated my life. That why would somebody give me this kind of life? But when I now got to know a lot about myself, I started loving myself to the point that I started enjoying my own company. So whether you are with me or I'm alone, it makes no difference. Your being with me is an icing on the cake.
Awesome.
And that confidence plays a major role too in sex, especially for men. Okay. Premature ejaculation. When you are under pressure, you want to perform. Men are always under this.
Thank you, because I asked this question too. It's almost as if there's this societal standard that we set for ourselves, because everywhere you go now, it's almost like as a man you've got to, you hear the stories of they just push this agenda of women saying a man that cannot do this, is not clinical. So there's always that pressure. Please talk about that.
It affects men. At the end of the day, women don't remember all those things that they say. When you get to the other room, they don't remember. So, but because men are serious, they take in all those words, all those comments, and then they affect them. And so they ask their wives or the lady, how was the sex? Then they expect the lady to say 10 over 10 or 9 over 10, and the lady says 2 over 10, and then the man, and then even while the husband is doing it too, he is just trying to perform, like please the lady. So at the end of the day, he's no longer interested in about the satisfaction of the lady.
So it's about his own performance rating.
Yes, and the reason why is that is an abnormal way of thinking.
Wow.
And you only have that abnormal way of thinking when you are stressed. And remember what I said about stress is you doing what you don't want to do. That man, like on a race that nobody sent him, that's not what he wants to do. He's doing it because of the woman. He wants the woman to say, oh, you performed well more than all my boyfriends before we got married.
Beyond societal pressure, though, I think don't you think it's like a typical man thing to we want to be validated by their woman?
A lot of men are already broken. A lot of men,
because it's almost, I see it's almost looking like men because some don't like to admit it. You know, I found myself in circles where a guy was talking about the fact that I finished Kini because she even came back the other day. I came Kini because she don't say I can't come that each. So it almost feels as though they find their validation from the response of the woman.
And that's not healthy when you gain your sense of self-worth, for example, from coming to church. You gain your sense of self-worth from eating. You gain your sense of self-worth from doing something. That's not good. It's going to land you into trouble. You want to do whatever you do because you want to do it. But the moment you derive your sense of self-worth from what you do, then that's wrong. So those men deriving their sense of self-worth from their performance is going to make them to not perform well, and then it's going to make them to need external substances,
which I've not read far, but from the discussions I've had with doctors, that these things these men take, these orishi, they mix orishi together, and before you know, the kidney has problem.
It's not even, you see, that the fear, whatever, forget about. When Konji grabs you, you will not remember the kidney. You will just say, kidney, wait, I'm coming. When I come back, we will discuss your state. But for now, I need to sort out this Konji. So forget about these things will affect. People are buying it.
Yes, and it's a booming industry, right?
But people keep on saying it will destroy yourself, but people keep on buying. Why? Because people there's something wrong with the usage.
Okay.
They are not using it because they want to use it. They are using it because they want to satisfy somebody else, and not themselves.
Okay, so which means then that
no, not even satisfy. They want to get validation from somebody. Whereas if you validate yourself, you don't, whether there's validation from external sources or not, it does not matter.
Beautiful.
And when you have that kind of confidence, you will perform well in bed. You don't need any of these substances. If the more aligned you are with the woman, the more the performance.
The more aligned you are with the woman.
So the higher your alignment, the higher the performance. The woman will literally wait for you. You will literally see your body, because the body has a connection with mental health. And because you guys are already aligned, the body will follow. The body follows the mind. You will see erection. You will see strong erection, no matter the size of your dick or your penis. And everybody said it.
Please, Abego. Please be rest assured that the opinions expressed on this podcast
it's like because I said dick. You did not say that before, but just the moment I said dick.
my answer.
So you will discover you don't need all these substances. How long will you take them for? Is it sustainable? But if you work on your brain, your mind, you don't need it. The woman will wait for you. You guys will wait for each other. You guys will carry each other along until both people are satisfied.
Still on this marriage issue, there was a video that was trending about last month into this month. A woman showed a video of her life, a wife as a housewife. She wrote there 6:30 a.m. A guy on top doing the stuff.
It's a trending stuff now.
Yes, by 7 a.m. she's preparing the kids and all of that. But I want to start from that, right? It's almost as though that from that description alone, what I deduce from that is that there is no enjoyment in that. It's just
obligation.
Why is that? What is it that can lead a couple, or what is it that can lead a couple to a point where sex now becomes an obligation?
there's something wrong, and it has to do with that housewife stuff, because you see, experience is culture based, is area based. If you do something by experience, it can only work in Nigeria. It cannot work in another community. But if you do something based on principles, it will work anywhere. So I had a speaking engagement on the WhatsApp group where I feel a lot of people, or a lot of them live in the UK or outside the country. And I now said, this housewife something, you can't be in the UK and do housewife. So people left Nigeria, they went to the UK. They cannot be housewife, because you have to contribute 50-50. You have to contribute
when taxes are piled.
But in Nigeria, that's where you say the man should take everything. You will stay at home. You will pick the beans, and then the husband will come, and there's something wrong. So that's where the problem is coming from. And so, but when the woman, so there's something wrong with that marriage itself. And when you start seeing sex as an obligation, and you are not enjoying it, which is happening in many marriages, it means that there's something wrong with that. Once there's something wrong with the marriage, there will be something wrong with the sex.
You know, from everything you said now, I see two things stand out right now. The fact that couples, when couples come together, the marriage itself has to make sense. There has to be a meaning. There has to be a why.
Before the sex can make sense.
Yeah, before the sex can make. Thank you for that one. And then now I'm seeing how you and then I'm seeing this concept of self-worth. But before we go there, because I really want us to talk about this self-worth, because I feel it also spreads beyond even marriage. It spreads across individually. But this question comes to mind now: that how can couples navigate differences in sexual desires or expectations?
First of all, why did you marry somebody who is so different from you?
Is that a bad thing?
It's a bad thing now. You're supposed to marry somebody who you guys have a lot in common than the differences.
Please come again.
Why did you marry somebody who has with whom there are lots of differences? Because it's going to affect the sex. It's going to affect the sexual experience. You know, but if what you guys like are aligned, and then you guys have a lot in common, more than the differences, then that means that you guys are more aligned, and then therefore your performance will skyrocket.
But okay, just to play the devil's advocate now, as they will say, Okonwolode.
Okonwolode, that's the wrong affirmation. You don't understand.
The men too will say that women of nowadays, how can someone even get? And so it's almost as if everyone is just settling for what they can see.
No, that's wrong. On TikTok, I see women say a man that does not smoke, that does not drink, that does not womanize, does not exist. And so I look at them and I say,
Have you have you met me? Like,
so there are many. It's just like the game of chess, where there are several possibilities on the game of chess. The possibilities, the moves they are like without number. There will always be bad people in this world, and there's nothing you are going to do.
Yes.
They will forever be. The question is, why are bad people always coming into your personal space?
Thank you.
So, and the reason why they come into your personal space is because of your belief. It is our belief or beliefs that run our lives. You're not the one running your life.
Hey, God, I beg.
Like, I run this 30 days belief challenge currently.
I think I saw it.
Today's day 5. I think yesterday I talked about
is it on Facebook?
Yeah.
So please, what's your Facebook?
Facebook, Instagram.
What's your Facebook name so you can follow now?
All my social media handles, Dr. Michaels, Dr. Info.
Yes, please watch out. Watch it. Dr. Michaels, Instagram, everywhere. Please watch out.
Yeah. So, like a computer, there's an operating system. The operating system runs the computer. Whatever the computer does, it is the operating system that should be held responsible.
Very good.
Whatever you do, it is your belief that is responsible. Even if you do something bad and they arrest the person, that's why we say there should be therapy for people in prison too, because their beliefs led them to where they are. And if you don't deal with that belief and you think punishing them will solve the problem, Is that working? How is that working out now? So, if you believe that women are not loyal, like I said today on that 30 days challenge, then it's only unfaithful women that will keep on coming to your space. But if you say men, in fact, today's affirmation is people are good. Everybody has good intentions towards you. If you say that over and over again, I now said it will block people that do not have good intentions towards you. And then it will bring in people that have good intentions towards you. So it's none of. So I see people on TikTok, I see people on social media saying people are evil. This life, camera, this world is a wicked world. No, what's your own business?
I see that too.
You allow that one to pass. You don't need to experience wicked people. You are the one attracting those wicked people into your life. Change your belief, your operating system, and those wicked people, they will keep on flourishing, but they are not going to come into your personal space.
Amazing.
So you don't need to lower your standard and say, I'm just going to go with whatever. There are golden, is there anything like that? There are great men. There are great and beautiful women.
And thankfully you also brought this, but I also like to look at this scenario, right, in terms of attracting people and all of that. Well, I've had the opportunity to speak with people because that's one of my hobbies. I just like meeting people. Let's talk, I love that. And some of these things you hear is how the kind of men they keep meeting are men that just want to use them, and then it's almost as though that they are, in my own assessment, this is me talking now, that they're somewhat jazzed, and then it's only after that they realize that, okay, so this man was never serious and all of that. How can that kind of person begin to rewrite their script, their story?
I like the word or that phrase, rewrite the story, and it starts with this conversation: men are good. Because as you say it, your mind is listening to you. Like the words I say to you now, you're not the only one listening to me.
Yes.
The people behind the camera, they're not the only one listening. My mind is also listening.
Hey.
So that means I should incorporate that statement into my daily conversations. And I should not join a community of people that say men has come. Now, if you don't want to get married, keep on saying men has come. But if you want to get married, then you have to say men are good. You are not denying the fact that some men are bad, but you are conditioning your environment to blocking a scum man and to allowing in a good man.
Beautiful. Now back to this whole concept of loving yourself, self-worth, even the belief system and all of that. I'd like us to look into scenarios. One of the things I asked Mrs. Boronkeji the last time was this scenario where you see some women who have this belief that you can use pregnancy to hold down a man. First of all, what led to that, and how can we begin to correct these things?
Women are not the only ones that try to hold men with pregnancy. Even men also try to. They also hold women. Like if I just impregnate her, all these career women, career woman, something, which you just is a confirmed like belief in Yoruba land, in Africa, I believe.
Wow.
That your wife is disturbing you. She's always coming late. She doesn't have your time.
Sorry to cut you. I think I read a story. Now I don't know if it's real, but this guy was sharing a secret story about his marriage, saying that his wife seems to be attaining high and high in her career, but he feels threatened, and he has this trick he uses, and every time she's meant to go for something important, he just intentionally impregnates her.
Yeah, my concern is the problem with marriage is only one. It's with the choice. Everybody is saying get married, but many people are not talking about the process of making the choice. And after having a survey at Quantum Leap Consulting, where I worked 6 years ago, among married people, we come up with several principles. One of them is the pathway, the 3 C's of compatibility. And those 3 C's are they're not 4, they're not 5, they are 3. they will guide your selection. Number one is sexual compatibility.
Let me write that down.
Sexual compatibility.
Okay.
And under that, you guys should align in terms of sexual preferences, sexual orientation, sexual exposure. A virgin should not marry a non-virgin.
Okay.
It's not like it's a standing rule. If a virgin is going to marry a non-virgin, they should know what they are going into, because a virgin is just starting the sexual journey. A non-virgin has started. Depending on the number of body counts and the number of years that the non-virgin has been having sex, they are now starting the journey together. That virgin will not have that quick desire to always have sex. Having sex maybe once a week might be okay with him or her. But the non-virgin who has been on that journey for a long time will want more than once in a week. And then 2, a virgin will be a student in the other room. A non-virgin will be the teacher. If the husband is now the virgin, I hope the man is ready to learn from the woman. And by the time the woman is saying, bend me here, do this here, do that to me, I hope the man will not say, where did you get that from? To the point that it will now affect his self-worth.
Oh.
So sexual orientation, sexual preferences, anal sex, oral sex, are we on the same page? Do we want to, what kind of all the sexual stuff, are we all on, do we all believe that, is that what you want? Is that also what you're ready to give? And the rest, like, why is it that you don't want it? Why is it that you want it? Then if we don't align, then we can break off. You don't discuss sexual issues 2 weeks to the wedding. Because someone told me, like, when I used to post sexual stuff on Instagram and they banned my stuff like twice. This is my 3rd page.
Hey, good.
So I just kept on. I felt I just wanted to teach people, and that was like 2021.
Wow.
I just wanted to share so many things. So someone now said, no, just 2 weeks, few days to the wedding. That's when they should discuss marriage. No, the period of relationship is to prepare for marriage. You don't get into marriage and start preparing for marriage, and that's what many people are doing. They prepare for marriage when how can you prepare for an Olympic race the day of the Olympic? So sexual compatibility is very. So we encourage virgins to marry virgins, non-virgins to marry non-virgins. Now, non-virgins also have degrees.
Hey.
So you have to know: are we on the same page? Do we belong to the same degree? So that we can both align. But if you guys now say, I'm a virgin, you're a non-virgin, we want to marry, but we have to know what we are going into. It means that the other person will want sex more. And so when some women or some people now say, my husband is asking me for too much sex, and you now say, she has low libido, because I answered that question 2 days ago. I say I have low libido. My husband is a sex addict. I said the diagnosis can only be made by a professional. You are not a professional. So that diagnosis is objective. You are the one thinking your husband is a sex addict because he's asking for more. He is a non-virgin. You are a virgin. Or he has more body count than you. So he's more hungry for it. He will be more hungry for it than you. So do you guys know all these things before you start the journey? The second C is compatibility of core values. Do we all believe in the same thing? And the last C is compatibility of purpose. Are we going to the same place? If 2 people are going to Kaduna, but they are not going to the same street, their degree of alignment will be different if they marry. As compared to 2 people going to Kaduna, going to the same street, going to the same house. The marital bliss that will be experienced by the latter will be more than the former. So if you guys are going to the same place, you're going to experience more marital bliss. And it will also reflect in your sex. So sex reflects the state of the marriage. The quality of the sexual experience reflects the state of the marriage.
Awesome. But still on this question of people who think that they can use pregnancy to hold down
the person. It's from like low self-esteem. They see a guy who is good. Maybe he has money. They pin him down. That one is obvious. Or they see a guy, they believe that good men are scars, and they now say, this one is a good man. No, let me deceive him, and then like that.
Hey, God.
And then so you also need to be, so singles need to be very careful. And then men too, they get threatened, so they hold down their wives. Or women, they try to slow down. Why would you want to slow down your life partner? If not that you silently hate your own life.
If not that you silently hate your own life.
And why will you marry somebody who hates his life? Or who hates her life? Why? Because that person will also hate you and slow you down. Somebody who loves himself and is making progress will naturally want somebody else to make progress, let alone his own life partner.
So I think we need to take a pause and just dwell on this concept of loving yourself, your self-esteem. What are the indicators of someone who hates their life, and how can someone like their life better?
It depends on what you have done today now. What is the percentage of the things you've done today that are as a result of what you want to do?
So what if I had to go to a job that I just had to go to it because it pays well?
Then you have to review it. And if your only reason for doing that job is because it pays well, that might not be a sustainable thing. You might want to review your life. So you might want, if your only reason for doing that job is because it pays you, then you might want to set a timeline that maybe I will be here for 1 year. And within that 1 year, I will try to figure out my life so that after that 1 year, I can get a job that I want to. I can be well positioned to getting the kind of job, because your happiness matters a lot. So there are 4 components of mental health: thoughts, emotions, words, action. So what is the percentage of your thoughts today that are positive? If you have more negatives, then you hate yourself. It's just that you don't know. Your emotions. Can we say you had more negative emotions than positive? If you have more negatives, then you hate yourself. You just don't know. Then 3, your words. All the words you spoke to, the words you have been saying today or you said today. If you have to put them on the screen and measure the percentage, what percentage is positive, what percentage is negative? If the negatives are more, then you hate yourself. Then last one, action. The actions you took today, can you say that positives happen to be more than...
So how can someone love their life?
By getting to know yourself, by getting to meet yourself, by getting to ask yourself 3 fundamental questions. Who am I? What is my purpose in life? And do I have a future? If I have a future, how do I get there? Answering these 3 questions will increase your sexual performance instead of taking those substances that you spend huge amount of money on. I'm not saying anybody should not sell, or they should sell, or they should buy, they should not buy. That's not my own business, but it's not sustainable. You can't take substances for too long. Even antibiotics, even drugs, medical drugs, medications, you can't take them. Panadol, you can't take them for too long. And I wrote in my first book that I wrote in 2018 that if what gives you joy is an external thing, then you are doomed. And I think I saw a clip of Mrs. Morokeji saying something similar. What will now happen if something happens to that external thing and then you are not able to buy it?
Yes.
But if it is from within, they cannot steal it from you. They can't take it from you. It will be yours forever. If your motivation is from within, it will always be you. And you will do well in the other room. There will be strong erection. You will last longer because your body listens to you. If you keep on saying, I have a small dick, I have a small dick, then your body is listening to you. Your body will make sure that it aligns. But if you speak to your body and you say, my body is this, I am good in the other room, you keep on saying it, you will see the sexual performance. Let's bet it.
Interesting. So, I'd like to set some scenarios also. I saw this post, this thing that they do where, you get to send secret message to someone, sharing secretive details about someone. And so this guy apparently has been dating this girl since 2019, and they've been sexually active. They are not married together. And so all of a sudden, the lady says, you know what? I don't think I want to be sexually active again. I want us to maintain decorum in all of this. And then the guy found it funny, and he found it laughable, and he, more like ridiculing that idea that after all these years you just wake up one day and say you don't want to be sexually active again and all of that. How does that make sense and all of that? So first thing first, so my question now is that it's obvious that there's a problem, right? How can you be in a relationship 6 years, for example, since 2019, nobody has said anything, and you guys are together having that? So number one question is that for that lady now, would it be actually possible to go celibate?
that woman, she's trying to say something to that man, because women are very intelligent set of people.
But this is not quite an intelligent decision.
That woman wants to get married. Her concern is not about the sex. She's trying to send a message to that man that why are we not married?
But why that long?
That's it. The woman is saying, why are we not married? We have been here for 6 years.
But my own question now is, why that long before you can let someone know that you've had enough?
Well, she was probably waiting for the man. She was also probably enjoying the sex. Women are funny set of people. If the sex is good, the woman can marry the man.
Devoid of...
That doesn't mean she'll be faithful to that man in the marriage.
Hey, this is... Please, where is this one again? Are you serious?
I'm serious. Women. I greet you. I greet you, women. You see, men, it's like men are living in their own bubbles. Like, they underrate women. I don't underrate women. No. The woman is not about the sex. The woman is not stopping the sex. It's just like she's sending a message to the guy. Give me a ring, or we stop the sex. It's a threat.
But now looking at it from another angle, for someone who let's say, for example, they've been sexually active and maybe they found themselves, they found God, and then there's this new life they want to step into, that they actually want to be somewhat celibate, they want to be pure, they want to sort of restart their life and just stay in a lane that they want to, not because they have to do it, but in a lane now that they want to be, they want to live out their lives in according to the scriptures, pure holiness, and just do it in the right way. Now, where can that kind of person start from?
It's a big decision, no. I mean, having sex, you found God, you're welcome. But
why you have to say it like that?
hey, as you say, your mind will just keep flashing back. As a woman, you've been having good sex. If you have not been having good sex, it might be easy for the woman. It might be easy for both of them. But if they have been having good sex, where they have been going to the moon,
good for come the man back, and the woman.
Their mind will keep on flashing back to those moments. It's like a weapon fashioned against the person. Like the mind will start bombarding the more. And so you have to really be sure that you found God.
And you really want to do that?
Yes.
So for someone that is sure, really, where can they start from?
You might have to have a conversation with yourself. And I know that the first advice that some people will give is break the relationship. That you are doing the wrong thing. In fact, that will now increase the pressure more. Now it's just like somebody taking drugs. You don't cut the drug. There will be withdrawal symptoms. There will be a lot of things. You have to tailor the drug. Like you start reducing the drug intake till the person is now able to adjust to the something. So I'm not saying that the person should continue to have sex and then reduce the number of times they have sex or something. What I'm saying is, don't let your first action be, I will cut the relationship, I will block the person. Your mind is still young in the faith. That's why the Bible talks about renewing our mind. So you have to understand that. And so you now have to have a conversation with yourself. Daily, Are you sure you found God? Let's be sure. And 2, what do you want to do? Are you sure you want to stop this sex, or is it a religious decision? Are you sure you are not doing it for somebody else? 3, this lady self, what do you want to have with this lady? Is it a sexual relationship, or is it a romantic relationship? What landed you with this lady?
So sorry to
Because
cut
a
you.
sexual relationship is different from a romantic relationship.
Okay, so it's possible to have a romantic relationship without sex.
What I mean by romantic relationship is serious relationship that
Okay.
is meant to end in marriage. So many people are mixing up sexual relations. That's why you see ladies say, he deceived me. He now told me that it was not. The man wanted sexual relationship. The woman thought it was a serious relationship. So what we're trying to tell people is there's a difference between sexual relationship and serious relationship. When it is sexual relationship, there's no major spec. Your spec is just the physical appearance. But when it is a serious relationship, you are going to look beyond the physical appearance. You want to look at the inner of that person. So by the time you are saying it is the boobs, it's the bum that is really a sexual relationship, my brother. So it's not a serious relationship. So you want to ask yourself, is this a serious relationship, or is it a sexual relationship? So if I now say, okay, this is a sexual relationship, okay, so there's no marriage involved. A marriage will not likely take place. Okay, then it becomes easier for me to now say, okay, now the road is clear. Okay, so I'm not going to marry this guy. I'm not going to marry this woman. All right, so it's just sex that I want. So why do I want sex? Am I looking for friends or friendship? So why don't I get friendship from people? And then the need for sex will reduce. So the pressure that your mind will mount on you for cutting off or for stopping or whatever will then go off. Or is it that I need to know my purpose? Is it that I'm always getting confused? And I think if I have sex, my mind will be clear. Why don't I discover or chart my journey in life? And so why don't I meet with people who can help me to chart the course of my life? And so with that, I will not need sex. Like I said in the first time that we had the podcast, that people are abusing sex. Even sex is abused.
And I was about to go there too, because you made mention of the fact that people don't like their lives, people don't love their lives.
And they also don't like sex.
Okay, it's possible not to like sex.
They just want what sex has, not sex itself. It's like somebody being your friend because you are close to the president. You are abusing the person now. So very few people really, really like sex for what sex is. Many people are just using it to cool off, to deal with stress, to manage their confusion, they feel, okay, if I give sex, I can get friendship. It's not sustainable. It's not going to work.
But
it's going to land you into trouble.
Which I still want to tie it around this idea of not liking your life, not loving your life. So, what's the solution for that kind of person with whom, of course, they don't like their life, and so maybe sex is how they just hang around and just get the thought of and just let it off?
And what will happen is, if you don't love your life, and you will just discover that you keep on having lots of sex, and at the beginning you want to have it. In the middle of the act, you start getting angry with yourself. That is this all? I even thought it was in the middle of harder. Your mind will still be saying, is this all? I thought there is more now. So by the time you are done, you hate yourself, you hate the person, then you are looking forward to the next time. When are we meeting again?
So it's just the activity.
It will now be the activity, and so it's not sustainable. You will feel bad instead of feeling good at the end. My own argument is don't have sex because you are lonely. Don't have sex because you are stressed. Don't have sex because you are hungry, because you need money. That's the best way to go in about it.
Let's go back to marriage again. Finance and sex. So there's this couple, everything is going well, at least reasonably well. All of a sudden, let me use the husband. Let me use the very obvious one. The husband, lost his job, and now things have changed, and then all of a sudden there seems to be some strain at all of that, and then that somewhat affects their sexual life and all of that. And this is just an example, right? I'm thinking in terms of how life can happen, and then marriage becomes somewhat strenuous, that it affects their sexual life. What can couples do, or how can couples navigate seasons when life just happens?
Now, life, I know people say this is all about life happening to people, but that's like chaos. Life challenges. There are necessary chaos, and there are also unnecessary chaos. There are necessary life challenges, there are unnecessary life challenges. Like, there are inevitable life challenges, and there are like challenges that can be prevented. So you want to ask yourself, my current challenge, is it what class will it fall under? What category? Is it an inevitable one, or the one that is meant to happen, or that is not meant to happen, the preventable one? That's what you want to be clear about. And then if you now say, okay, this challenge is preventable, but is now here. So what you want to do is, you now want to position yourself. It will even affect the way you will pray. Because you now have a clear direction of what, even if the prayer is, God, I am sorry. This is preventable. And so I need your help. And if it is an inevitable one, then you prepare yourself again. You know that, okay, this is meant to come. It's like an exam. Why will you go to a school when you know that you don't like exams? So you are now ready, you prepare for it, you arrange yourself well, you encourage your wife, or you encourage your husband, your spouse, and you say, I have to go through this and that. That's why before marrying somebody, you need to know what their journey is going to be like.
Wow. Well, can someone ever really know?
Yes, by talking to the person. Look at that woman that is from 2 royal families. I can tell you what the life of that woman will be like. It's going to be a very weird life. So if you are going to marry such a woman, you need to know that I'm marrying a woman who has a weird life. Even you too must be weird. And so by asking people about their past journey, past experiences, what has been their life, that's why we encourage people that friendship has to come first. You cannot see somebody on the road and then say you want to marry the person tomorrow. What are we waiting for? Let's go ahead. Sir, you are not okay. And ma, you too, you are not okay. You cannot see somebody in 6 months. I'm saying it now. Even 6 months, 1 year. Like I wrote on my Twitter page 2 days ago, we do a lot of background checks if you want to have a business partner. But we do almost 0 checks
when it comes to marriage.
When we want to marry somebody. Which one is more important? Because once there's something wrong with the marriage, there will be something will be wrong with the sex.
So lastly, and this is for the young folks, and this is just to set an antecedent, to set an example, right? I was going through my Twitter, don't say X now, my Twitter page, and I saw this post. I don't know if it's for clout. I don't know if it's for for play or anything. This 16-year-old saying that I'm 16 and I'm still a virgin, and the person was somewhat lamenting over that kind of thing, to say I'm 16 and I'm still a virgin, right? Isn't that weird? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's weird. Now, in a world like this, being a virgin is weird, and people don't even want to talk about it because it makes them like be the odd one out. And the reason is it takes us back to us knowing what is sex. That's why I like the first question you asked. What's sex? Why should we have it? Is it being abused? Am I doing myself a disfavor by having it? Forget telling people that God does not like it. It's not working. Many people are doing all sorts, and then they come out, they now say, just saying it that God does not like it is not enough. And when you are saying God does not like it, do they even know God? Then do they have a personal relationship with God? So if you are saying a stranger does not like it, how does that concern me?
Oh, man.
So instead of you telling me that God does not like it, why don't you help me to know that God so I can have a personal relationship? Christianity is the only religion where you have personal direct with God. Even a pastor is not an intermediary. It is the only religion. And so you must not, as a religious leader, stand between them and God. So we're not coming to church to hear from God. If our reason for coming to church is that we can hear God while coming, even at home. Our reason for coming to church is more than we want to hear from God. Lord, we want to hear. What were you doing? You did not hear from me at home. Our reason for coming is more than that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Man, I think tonight just helped us summarize everything we've been talking about. And I really like the emphasis on loving your life.
Yeah.
How everything starts from you. How everything starts from you. How everything starts from evaluating, reevaluating your life. Because from there, everything begins to flow. From there, you begin to make certain choices, which leads to other choices.
So it's like we are focusing on the minor instead of the major, and this is the major.
Amazing. Man, I don't know what to add to that, because I feel Dr. Michaels has just done justice to everything, and we can only say thank you. And once again, don't forget to follow him on all the social media handles. I think I have to join that belief challenge. I think I also need that belief challenge myself, and so at Dr. Michaels, right? At Dr. Michaels, DRMICHA.
No, Dr. Info.
Okay,
Michaels with S.
Oh, great. Dr. Info Michael with S. And like I said, once again, tonight, if you are even confused about your own life, if you are confused about raising awareness about your own life, you can talk to God. If you are part of this community, talk to God. If you are yet to be born again, still talk to God. Still talk to God. He listens. He will show you something about yourself that you've never seen before. He will show you the right way. He will give you direction about your life. He can tell you. He will not see. The beautiful thing is that God will not condemn you. He will not even judge you. We listen. We don't judge. That's God.
Even if church condemns, God will not condemn.
God will not. He will listen to you. He will tell you that, okay, this one that you did may not have been right, but this is the way to go about it. He will give you options. He will give you the ways to go about it. And it's my prayer that God will help you. For anyone that has been abusing sex as a result of the fact that you don't like your life, I pray that you find true healing. For anyone who has been going through stuff and as a result of that come to a conclusion that their life doesn't make sense, and so they hate themselves and they hate everything around them, making them to act in a certain way, I pray you find healing. And again, talk to God. He's your Father. Talk to him. Tell him that you don't like your life. Tell him. And also, you can also find community. Find real friends. And thankfully, Dr. Michaels has established the fact that belief system has to be there. You have to believe that you have friends around you. I think that's one of the things that has also helped me personally. Good people surround me. Yes, they may be bad people, but for me, good people, I choose to identify with good people that can give me wise counsel, that can encourage me, that can hold me. If I don't like my life, they can speak words of goodness into my life. And I just hope that this blesses you. If this has also blessed you like it blessed me, please, you can share the YouTube link, tell someone about this Word Bank Kingdom conversation. Let them know the value you get from that. And once again, I want to thank Dr. Michaels for doing this with us for this month. And next month is going to be another amazing time. We're going to be exploring another theme, which I believe will also bless you and also help you out there. Don't forget that this is the Bridge Network City Church. Yes, this is the Bridge Network City Church. If you're just in Ibadan and you love to connect with the church, please come around. We'd love to have you. And you can also follow us online on all our social media platforms at the Bridge Network City Church. Please, you are free to do that. And yes, don't forget, this Saturday we have our leadership meeting by 7 a.m. Then we'll come back on Sunday for the first Sunday in the month of June. I want to say Happy New Month in advance. Yes, we're going to be having the Real Success Seminar by 8 a.m. and the network service by 9:30 a.m. But yes, just stay blessed. Please, if you need to go back again to listen to everything we've said, please go back again. Let it bless you. Let faith be stirred up in your heart, and let there be a redirection. Let there be a shift for good in your life. I am Kayode Sonny. Until I see you